In the last video, I made a last-minute decision to come from Finland to Estonia via ferry. After getting off the ship, I headed straight to the Airbnb, which was just about a 10 or so minute walk. The Airbnb had self-check-in, which is always my favorite, and then I headed up 3 flights of stairs with my backpack and my suitcase. It was very basic and very simple, but that's exactly what I needed because it was inexpensive and I wasn't planning on being there very much. Unfortunately, I didn't get the notification that the cleaners hadn't shown up yet, that they were running late, so when I got in there, I was a little surprised that the room was still dirty. However, just a few minutes later, the cleaners showed up and I sat outside on the couch, figuring out what I was going to do next while they cleaned up my room. This Airbnb was only $32 a night, which is pretty good. It's very, very basic. There was a communal shower and bathroom. It was very much hostel-like, but I liked it. Just got done taking a much needed nap. I just cannot get caught up on sleep this trip. It's bad. And I feel so useless when I take naps, but it is what it is. But I'm finally going to Old Town in Estonia because that's where I ended up today. Didn't know it was about 24 hours this is where I was going to be, but here we are. It was actually already 8 p.m. when I finally left the Airbnb, but I knew I'd have plenty of daylight since it doesn't get super dark there this time of year. I was so bummed I didn't have any euro because these are still one of my favorite souvenirs to get. I've heard that Tallin feels a lot more commercialized than a lot of other medieval cities. However, because it is the first true medieval city I've ever been to, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Earlier in the day, I'd looked up places to eat, and this one caught my eye. It's called Munga Kelder, and it's hidden in a medieval archway. The restaurant is actually downstairs in the monk's cellar, which is a mix of stone floors, heavy wood, and stained glass depictions of monks. To start out, they bring you Estonian black bread, which is fermented rye bread. This one was really good. It's very dense, and it also had nuts and maybe some raisins or something like that in it. As an appetizer, I got the Estonian cheese fried in breadcrumbs with a garlic sauce, and let me tell you, this is probably my favorite thing I ate the entire trip. Just look at this cheese pool. It was so hard to decide what to get because everything on the menu looked phenomenal, but I wasn't very hungry, so I went with this creamed soup with smoked cheese. And then I got this German-style potato salad with smoked salmon and roe that was on toast, and it was actually way bigger and more filling than I expected. There was so many other things I wanted to try, but I was stuffed. So I will definitely have to come back here in the future, and I 10/10 recommend for you to come here if you ever go to Tallin. And this meal was only $31 US, which I feel like was pretty good for the quality of food and how much I got. By this time it was after 10 p.m., so I headed back towards the Airbnb through the beautiful and historic Estonian streets. I could have walked through here all night. It's just so peaceful, so old, so beautiful. I absolutely love it. On the way back, I passed this clothing store, which used this hilarious picture of Kim K's ugly crying face to show off this coat. Not sure what that's about, but it was hilarious. Anyways, come back next time for part 2. Bye!